Hey guys, welcome to the Born Offside episode 4. We are talking cheating scandals. We are talking criminals in the Premier League, and the A-League is kicking off. Let's get started.
What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Born Offside podcast. We're back for another week, playing off the last line of defense, pushing the limits a little bit, talking football and a little bit of everything else. Hello to you, Kat. Big weekend?
It was pretty big.
Yeah?
I'm still feeling it a bit.
What did you get up to?
I may or may not have attended the old MVP to see this one in action.
Wow, Drizzy Drake over here hosting his own event at a nightclub. Olan, tell us about it.
I'm a big deal now. That's all I can say. Don't message me directly. I'll take messages from a manager. But yeah, it was a big event. It was a big night, man.
That's
I enjoyed
massive.
it. I loved it.
Yeah, and apparently Kat was telling me off camera that you had a fair few birds hitting on your left, right and centre, because you are a big deal now on stage and all that.
Listen, man.
Both of you guys got up to no good.
I was there. I was being extremely professional. You know, I'm there just getting the crowd hype. A couple females tugging at my leg and stuff. I'm saying, listen, man. Trying to be very professional around it. Stop that sort of stuff. You know, Kat, you saw me.
I mean,
you
were
me.
saying your audience is like, what, 90% males? I
It
reckon
is.
10%.
Yeah,
that 10% of female, they came to that event.
10% were out there in full force. So yeah, it was wicked. They want me back there again. So I'm looking forward to it.
And Olan, is it fact or no fact that Kat was actually chatting to and got hit on by a Love Island contestant? We won't name names.
We don't want to drop him in the mud, but yes,
Yeah.
I think I did see that. Kat, I think she was feeling it, no?
I was not. However, he was giving it a good shot. He went in for a kiss, and I was like,
Oh,
I'm
Kat.
sorry. I wasn't on Love Island for
Deflect.
a reason.
Yeah, deflect.
Okay.
Deflect.
Back to the keeper, Jan Oblak. Well, let's chat some footy. And you guys were hitting the town. You probably don't remember much of Saturday night, but I'm going to ask you if you do remember much of Thursday night. We were down at the Socceroos game. Australia up against Saudi Arabia. So much hype for this one. First time the boys are back on home soil. It's going to be big. Let's smash them. Anticlimax. Thoughts, Olan? Your first Socceroos game, right?
Yeah. I don't want to kill him too much. I don't want to kill him. I don't want to do it to him. But it was just like, for what we were talking about last week, we were expecting like a drumming. I'm thinking 3-4-0 here. I'm expecting seeing goals flying in left, right, and centre. And it was a good performance. It was an all right performance, but it got a little bit better. But it just was, as you say, anti-climax. It wasn't. There wasn't nothing about the game that I was like, okay, Socceroos have got a little bit about them. There wasn't that little thing, you know what I mean? And I know like you're missing a few players coming in from overseas and stuff like that. People jet lagged or whatever. But it just, like I said, it was just missing that little oomph, I think.
Yeah.
For me, it was everything that I was concerned about kind of came to fruition.
Yeah.
Because it's the fact that we don't have a good striker. Time and time again, every time the ball was crossed up near the goal, there was no one there to take a shot. And there's a lack of creativity, in my opinion.
Is that down to the manager?
I think it's a complex issue, but yeah, it definitely is partly down to the manager because he's the one who should be fixing these problems. But you know, I just expected a little bit more on home soil. Saudi put up a good fight too, though. So
Saudi weren't bad. They were not bad.
Yeah.
To be fair, the conditions were hard to play in. It was pissing
Definitely.
down rain.
Oh, we love a bit of rain, though.
But when I saw that, I thought,
that wasn't
surely
a bit of rain.
I love a bit of rain.
That was a lot of rain.
Yeah.
I mean, Kat, your family's from the Middle East. We thought surely the Saudis haven't seen much
Yeah,
rain.
no, we
in a while. I thought it would suit us.
Yeah,
We
true.
played best on sand.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But you know what? They held their own. I tell you what, Saudi's last 10, 15 minutes, they stepped up as well and could have stolen all 3 points. That would have been
So
devastating.
what's the group looking like at the moment?
They're top.
Yeah.
Saudi's top.
We're holding on to second, but we got Japan and Oman just behind us, 3 points behind us.
Ooh. And only top 2 qualify, right?
Top 2 go straight. Third gets a second chance, but it's a tough second chance.
Tough.
Yeah, very
Shout
tough.
out to Matty Ryan, though, for saving the day.
Top shelf.
Many times.
Yeah. He's world-class keeper. There's no
Normal
doubt about
stuff.
it. I want to talk a little bit about Saudi Arabia for our first offside or onside of the day. I'm going to ask you guys, I saw a few picks coming out, and because, you know, there wasn't too much to comment on from the game. I guess it was a bit underwhelming, but one thing that did steal the headlines was a Saudi Arabian coach. Kat, you said his name better than me. Hervé Renard?
Renard.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
Thank you for that. I saw plenty of posts on social saying he's the best-looking manager in world football. Thoughts?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really.
You don't know.
I'm not really looking at managers on the sideline checking them out. So that's not my forte. Kat, you shed some light on this one here.
I think he's a good-looking man.
First of all, let's have a look at him.
All right.
Get it out.
I'll
He's
pull it up.
show me.
he's
I haven't
a
seen him
good
before.
looking fella, man.
Show me him.
He's a good looking fella. So to give you a
Like,
bit of
and
context,
it's not even. We can judge men.
Have a
You know
browse.
what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
he was actually the Moroccan manager at the 2018 World Cup. I went to watch them live. They played brilliantly against Portugal at the World Cup. Very unlucky to lose that game.
Decent looking lad.
Good looking guy,
I
right?
think he's a good manager
Decent
too.
looking lad.
He wouldn't be young either.
No, I think. Well, actually, we have the same
This
birthday.
is like.
Really?
So 30th of September. You all know
How
now.
old
Oh.
is he? 53. He's
But
not
he's
even
34 years older than me. So
wow.
Wow. How old is he? In his 50s.
50s,
Good looking
53.
fella. That's a
yeah,
dilf.
decent.
I think he's
he's
good-looking.
definitely up there. Not homo, but he's up there. Yeah.
Yeah?
People, I can see people liking him.
Yeah. Cal?
Dilf
Yeah,
vibes.
He's very conventionally handsome.
Yeah, he's a good looking
Not my
fella.
type.
Not your type.
No.
Who's your type, manager wise?
Yeah.
I don't think there are any that are my type.
Oh come on, there's got to be one.
I will say though
Pep
that
Guardiola.
his face very good looking.
Ooh.
Pep,
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
And Arteta, if he fixed his haircut,
What's wrong with his
he's a
haircut?
bit Lego.
Okay, I'll tell you if you hear this, just fit your haircut and cat will slide in the DMs. Is he married? No.
I think he is.
That Man City coaching staff when they had Pep and Arteta, you must have just been.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
frothing.
Buzzing.
Frothing.
Jeez.
It's actually the only reason I ever got into football.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really,
That's
Pep?
a
Truth
lie.
comes out.
Fair enough.
Let's move on this one before it gets weird. I think we both agree that it's pretty onside. He's a good looking fella.
Yeah, onside. He's a decent looking lad.
I tell you what though, sticking with managers, I want to go to some big news in the football world. There were manager sackings last week that we were talking about. They've been replaced. Apparently, Dean Smith, who's been sacked from Villa, is going to be taking the Norwich job, but taking the Villa job, Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard.
Gerrard, he's back in the Prem.
Legend.
Look at him go.
Never won it as a player.
Yeah.
Cat, unlucky, but could he do it as a manager?
Win the Prem. Aston Villa. Don't make me fucking shit myself. He's not gonna fucking win the Prem. Let's just. All I hope is because he done a fantastic job at Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Top class. I just really hope that he can transition that to the Prem because
Yeah.
I think everyone was wanting him to be in the Prem. Everyone kept saying him in for Klopp at one point. I remember there was a few shouts for that, but Gerrard even said at that point that he didn't even want the job. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that he can come in and just solidify a Prem role because I love seeing like those players that we used to grow up be successful managers. I just like seeing that because it just feels good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, well, after what happened with Lampard, we really need
Yeah.
someone to come in and just shake it up a bit.
Lampard will be back.
Lamps will be back. Apparently, Frank Lampard.
Yeah, I was going to say he might go Rangers. I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he'll touch that.
No.
I don't think he'll touch that. No.
He
What
wants
do
to
you-
stay in
what
and
do you
around
think?
Prem.
Yeah, I mean, I heard he was
Okay.
offered the Norwich job first before
Okay.
Dean Smith, and he turned it down because let's be real, you don't want to touch that Norwich job.
that is a sinking ship.
That's you don't want to be
get
there.
on board or get off. That's gonna be a tough one.
You don't want
Yeah.
to be there. But I think looking at Steven Gerrard, does that show? Because you've just said, "Oh, Lampard to Rangers," but does that just show how far behind the Scottish Premiership is? The fact that you've won the league with Rangers, you're coming first again, and you leave to go to Villa,
Yeah.
who's
He
the
had-
bottom half of the Prem team.
Yeah.
So much time left on his contract.
Yeah.
He won one trophy of a potential 9, I believe. I think he always had going back to England
Yeah.
and being in the Prem on his
His radar,
plan.
yeah.
Yeah. He never moved his family back.
Oh, really?
He never moved them from England, sorry.
Okay.
They were always there.
Yeah.
So I think for him, he was always going to get back to
Yeah.
England, and he's kind of taken the first opportunity that's come to him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's that much of an upgrade from Dean Smith at this stage.
No, I
but
thought Dean was a good gaffer.
yeah, I
That's what I
agree.
said. I think that he was sacked too soon. Like it's
100%.
technically his first season without Jack Grealish, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
gonna be a huge, way different to how it was last year. So I was like, I'm thinking they didn't really give him that much time, but that's how the
They've
Prem is
got
sometimes.
it's a good squad though.
Mm.
There's a lot of talent on
They
there.
did bring in a bunch of players. That's with that 100 mil they bought like
Well,
fucking
that's it,
4 players, didn't
You,
they?
you got to give him time to settle
Yeah,
in, but
definitely.
it'll be interesting to see Steven Gerrard back in the Prem. Will he slip or will he?
Oh,
That's just that's so.
that's lit. That's rude.
It's the
That's a
start of
bit
the podcast.
offside.
I'm in a mood now. I'm in a mood.
Will he thrive? We're buzzing to see the Prem back this week. But you mentioned one guy that they sold for £100 million over to Man City. You mentioned Jackie Grealish, good-looking fella.
Great looking fella.
Have you
that
seen
is.
his calves?
He's got fantastic calves.
calves?
Yeah, have you seen him?
No.
Do I need to Google that
Yeah,
as well?
why are you looking at his calves? See,
Carved from stone, bro. He's got crackers. calves.
really?
He's got
But
crackers.
Thank you for-
he's one of those players that wears the shin pads like
Nice and
really,
low.
really, really low,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's got it all going on. Well, I mean, on the park, I think he's settled into City quite good, as Kat shows you
Let me
his
have a
calves
look
for you
at
to
these.
analyse there.
Oh.
But Kat, I don't know if you've heard much about his off-field drama recently.
Not too much. Fill me in.
So Jackie Grealish is dating a model by the name of Sasha. Is it Atwood? Sasha Atwood. I don't know. You're British. You might know these people.
Sounds familiar.
You've probably had the old late night Google search, right?
Sounds familiar.
Sasha Atwood,
Yeah,
his missus. Apparently they've known each other since they were teenagers. Good looking, model, all the rest. But recently he's been hanging out. You ever watch In-Betweeners?
Yes.
Do you remember Charlotte from In-Betweeners?
Is that her?
That's not her, but that's who he's been recently hanging out with. He still has a
Oh.
girlfriend, but he's been snapped on a few occasions hanging out with Charlotte Hinchcliffe.
He's been caught slipping.
Also known, apparently, I'm just reading the notes here. Also known as Big Jugs. I don't know.
Big Jugs.
I don't know what
Well,
for.
we can take that a few ways.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what for.
Let's have a look at both of them.
Yeah.
That
use
one
your,
I'm not gonna Google.
use your imaginations. Don't Google Big Jugs.
Jugs.
But yeah, he's been spotted out with her. Apparently, it's the talk of the town because all the city change room fancy her, and now Jackie Grealish has actually gone out, hit her up, and they're hanging out.
But is he
All while he has a missus.
Oh, so wow.
This is very public.
Very public.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's offside, just for the,
That is
morally wrong.
well
so
offside.
should not be doing anything. If you
Yeah.
have
That's
misses.
well offside.
It got me thinking, like, these players at a young age, given millions and millions of
Yeah.
pounds,
Yeah.
good-looking fella. Like, is it possible for them to stay loyal?
I always think, right? So I always say to myself, and I've got a few friends that are pro and stuff and whatever. But I think that if they're with the girl before they got the fame,
Yeah.
they stay with her.
Okay.
But if they found her afterwards,
Yeah.
they're always likely to just go on and do whatever, because when you're with someone before, you make it's a little bit different. You got a different kind of bond and connection. You know what I mean? That's how I feel anyway.
You also transition into that lifestyle with that person
Together,
rather
yeah.
than having it all and then.
Well, I guess you
adjusting.
meet them already when you're at the top. You're never going to really know why they're with you, right? That's
Exactly.
Charlotte Hinchcliffe, by the way. Do you remember Charlotte?
Mm.
She was the one in that really awkward sex scene with the main character
Yeah,
Will when
yeah.
he loses his virginity with Charlotte. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember her.
Cracking show.
Yeah,
Did you watch
decent.
In-Betweeners?
Yeah,
Yeah?
so funny.
What a show. You remember her?
She's a
I
W.
do. I do.
So that's who Jackie Grealish hanging out with. It could just be like a cheeky,
Little fling.
change room bet, with the boys.
Yeah.
You know what? That happened with me actually.
It does happen. I've seen it
yeah,
happen
yeah,
a few
exactly.
times. Yeah.
Are you about to confess something?
No. I was just gonna say, it just takes me back to the day. Not quite at the same level, but I was playing under 20s football for Marconi. We were in the final against Blacktown, and the boys were like, oh, they found out that the Blacktown coach had a daughter who was around our age,
Oh,
and so it
gosh.
became a thing. Like, if anyone in the team can take out the daughter before the final, like, I don't even know what it was. You just win pride. I don't know. It's just stupid shit that guys do, right?
Changing room banter.
Yeah, so I actually
The
hit her
best.
up, but we remain friends still today, and
Oh,
hopefully she doesn't listen to the podcast. And realize, 'cause
And
Why?
then she's part
Why
of a
you're
bet.
even friends
I
in the
never
first
told her
place?
that, but
DM
yeah,
you
we
tomorrow.
remain friends. Yeah,
Wow.
She's gonna DM you tomorrow.
yeah. So
That's hilarious.
it does happen. I can imagine it happens
Yeah.
at the highest end of the scale. But look, onside, offside, it doesn't really matter because we're about to go way offside on the next one.
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
Because, footballer, you talk about footballer and relationships. Mauro Icardi, we've
Again.
spoken about this guy before.
Again.
His name keeps coming up.
His name has come up.
What is he doing?
I know. And look, for those of you who don't know the Mauro Icardi story, just hit a Google search. He ended up going out with Wanda, who's now his wife, Wanda Icardi. She used to be married to Maxi Lopez, a former footballer who took Icardi in as a young player. He ended up stealing his wife, his kids, and jetting off to Paris Saint-Germain. It's a sad story.
This could be made into a Netflix story. Honestly.
It definitely could. I'm waiting for the
Honestly.
movie or the
No, this is a future TV show or something.
yeah,
For real?
yeah, I
A
know.
telenovela.
Well, in a novella
Yeah.
because it's continued. That was the big reason why he was left out of Argentina squads for years because Leo Messi didn't want him anywhere near the
It's just
Argentina
drama.
squad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one wanted anything to do with him. Now he's apparently been a bad boy again. He's shock. He's cheated on her, done something. She threatened to leave him. He didn't want to play anymore for PSG. He was
Yeah.
going all crazy. Apparently, latest news to the saga: they're back together now.
Oh, they're back together.
Do you know why?
No.
He signed away all his assets to her until 2050.
Oh, that's huge.
Wait, so they're
That
back
might be
together
onside.
because of that.
What? For her and whoever's
She's
managing her.
winning.
Can you believe
Yeah,
this
she's
guy?
winning.
But
That's
has he just gotten back with her because he's like, well, now if I want my stuff, I got to stay with her.
No.
no.
He's done it now
He's
to get her
signed
back.
away everything.
Oh,
So basically,
God.
he's worth nothing.
He's worth nothing.
She-
Yeah,
if she
his-
could-
all his money is with her now.
Yes.
That is crazy.
What a
Wow.
knobhead, eh?
He's
I don't know
such a
that.
knob.
Like that. Maybe that's his way of being like, listen, man. Like
This is how much
This
I
is how
love
much
you.
I love
this
you.
is how much I love you. I fucked up. Blah blah blah. This,
Fuck
that,
off,
and
Olan.
that.
That's shit.
Have all of, have this, and this is my heart with all my assets.
Oh,
I think that's on side.
And the fact that
Nah, he's scrambling.
This is so offside. This is more offside than Karen Bullitt, bro. This is so offside because
It's
for
so
me,
I actually like that.
like for her, she's like, I'm not going to take you back unless you give me all your cash and all your money and all your cars and all your houses.
Plus, remember,
But for a lot of females, how many females would take that option? A lot of them would, so I don't even want to
Okay,
hear it.
first
I
of all,
don't even
don't
want to.
speak for all
A lot
don't
of
know
females
what-
would take that.
I don't know what
90%
authority you
of
have on
females
that.
would take that. I'm telling you that right now. All the assets.
He's got the stats to back it up.
all the
90%.
assets. You're telling me,
Yeah,
you're
what's
telling me
the
females
stats?
wouldn't take that one, Kat?
I think males and females will pick money over love over and over again. But you
Oh
can't say
shit,
that
this is
it's
getting
all
really
females.
dark. I
don't-
disagree with
I
both of
don't
you.
know,
Love
I don't
wins,
know
guys. Why is
about
this
that.
getting so
I
dark?
think we want to think that love wins, but often it doesn't.
You guys have had your heart broken.
Maybe.
Facts.
Anyway,
Let's move on.
before this gets real dark, is this onside or offside? Mauro Icardi signing his life away just to say, look, this is how much I love you, take me back.
I think it's onside.
Yeah?
I'm going onside.
I'm going to say it's onside for his kids.
Okay. So at least
Damn,
you know.
Kat, why you
What,
got-
Keep
going-
the family
but
together.
they're Maxi Lopez's kids.
You know what?
They're not even his kids.
I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to sit it out. I don't
You
have an
had a
opinion.
mare there, Kat. You've had a
man.
mare.
Well, look, bro, the whole thing is just way offside. Nonetheless, look into that one, guys. Do yourself a favor. Google search it before the Netflix doco comes out because
Yeah.
it'll be one to watch.
We
That's
want
for sure.
10% of that as well.
One man who you don't know if they're Mauro Icardi's kids. Another man who you don't know where his kids are coming from, but he's got plenty of them. Cristiano Ronaldo. We've
Yeah.
spoken about him being a baby making machine.
And all that stuff. Yeah.
We're going to bring it back on pitch though, because Portugal, they look like they had 1 foot in the World Cup next year, and they had to beat Serbia or draw to Serbia at home. They were up 1-0. They were cruising. Serbia, bang, bang, score 2. Alexander Mitrovic scored the last goal.
Mitrovic.
Which is-
Mitrovic. He
he's-
does the celebration like that. Yeah,
exactly
class,
right.
Class.
He's flying this season.
Yeah.
Serbia in the World Cup. Portugal now go to a playoff. So what I want to ask you is,
Wow.
I've seen it. I'm Italian. I've seen these playoffs. They can go wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
A World Cup without Cristiano Ronaldo, onside or offside.
It's wild.
Oh,
But after the last 2 years and
that
everything
is
we've all been through,
offside.
it could happen.
But
It really could. And
Surely
wouldn't
that's
be
bang
sho-
offside.
It's so offside. But
Offside. Just can we do some match fixing?
He needs to be there.
Can we
man.
get involved?
very offside,
We need,
but it's also
I don't.
like-
All it, can you imagine the uproar in his fans if he doesn't get to
Yeah.
the World Cup?
yeah, that.
There
I
will
feel
be
sorry
an
for the nation of
uproar in
Portugal. if that
CR7 fans. They will like boycott the World Cup or something.
Well,
so
they've
we're not
arguably
watching
got the best Portuguese team we've ever seen now because
Yeah.
they won the Euros. Let's be real, they fluked that one. Now they've got a great team. Ronaldo's
Yeah.
not the only player. They are stacked going forward.
Yeah.
Joao Felix, Bernardo Silva,
stacked.
Bruno Fernandes. They've just got such a good team, and now they're going to have to go to a playoff. We never know how those go. I'm hoping Italy get the job done tomorrow because they could end up in a playoff as well. But
Really?
it's
could
just...
have a
Playoffs
very-
are going all
And,
over
and
the
you
place.
guys were talking shit about international football, but it was cracker. It was cracker this weekend.
Yeah, it was some good
I
games.
will say that Mitrovic's goal in the 89th or 90th minute
Yeah.
was spectacular.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
It was beautiful.
Croatia as well winning their final game to jump Russia. They qualify automatically. We had North Macedonia going now to their first ever playoff for the World Cup. Big
Macedonian
scenes.
brothers, my Macedonian
Yeah, that's
brothers.
Shout out to Bankstown City and Rockdale City
Yeah.
Suns.
Bankstown, 2200, brother. I know you guys are liking that.
Oh my god!
had to, we had
have
to.
you just done that?
We had to. We had
Okay,
to.
cool, yeah.
He's out of it to drink.
One cup.
But yeah, it was huge. And even over in Africa as well, we had some huge ones. South Africa lost to Ghana, meaning they won't be at the World Cup next year. They were leading the whole way through. And in the final game, they lost to Ghana. So Ghana go through, South Africa go home.
It's not South Africa's first time missing out though. so-
No, yeah,
Big
they
fan of Ghana, though.
they do struggle. But your boys Nigeria are flying high, top
Yeah.
of the group. They're
Come on.
doing
Super
well.
Eagles.
The
of
Super
course.
Eagles.
Of course, I should have been sporting the Nigerian jersey again, but I had to leave it at home this week.
I'm loving African football. I'm loving. Actually, you know what? When we get to the comments later, I'm gonna try to find a comment. Someone ripped into you about African football.
Oh, really?
You know that?
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
see
I
it
saw
on the
it,
YouTube?
low-key.
What
What
was
did they
it?
say?
What did they
It was
say?
like you're roasting like Asia, the Asian Cup, but AFCON football is terrible. We know it's terrible.
They really-
right? There's a bunch of quick, black people with hardly any technical ability. 11 of us running around. It's not going to be the greatest football. We know that, okay? But we have fun.
I love African football. The crowds are the best part, but it does
Oh,
look
yeah,
like
the
it's filmed on
chants.
an iPhone half the time. Bro. You're trying to watch those highlights. It's like fuck.
Yeah, so true.
But it is cracker. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a beautiful style of football because you never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
lot of
just like
skill. There's a
bang,
lot of
end to end, isn't it,
yeah.
isn't
It's
it?
class. I have been following it a lot this year. We're gonna go now. You spoke about Ronaldo. We're going to talk about Messi's club PSG, but we're not talking about the men's team. We're talking about the women's team
Oh, yeah.
because this was making news this week. incredible. Aminata Diallo was taken into police custody. I don't know if you guys saw this story, but I don't know if you've ever seen the movie I, Tonya, the ice skating movie. It was pretty much the same situation. So her teammate, Kira Hamraoui, please forgive me on pronunciation if I'm getting any of these wrong, accused her because what happened was there was a couple of men that came out of nowhere and attacked her, I believe. I'm going to look at the producers here on this one if this is correct. She was attacked on the street, hit on her leg, could have potentially been career-ending, and they accused Diallo. She got taken into police custody because they thought it could very well be because they play the same position and she was driving to training and took a different route. There were so many stories to this that she's hired some men to take out the girl that's playing her position on the weekend.
That is class.
No.
I'm sorry.
Surely not.
That is class. You can't go as far as you need to go, man. Yeah, that's onside for me.
Nah, that's fucked up.
That's crazy,
That is
eh?
so messy.
Teammate.
Listen. If I'm at Manchester United,
You know.
right? If I'm at Manchester United and I'm starting for Manchester United, and there's another guy that's coming for my position, right?
Like
and
Fred or
he's-
something.
You had to do it, didn't you, Kat? You had to do it. Anyway, if another guy coming for my position, I might do what needs to be done if I can get away with it. If I can get away with it without a scratch,
Yeah, but
I
surely
might do what needs to be
you
done.
just too footy at training. You don't hire some people to attack him in the
That's
street.
true. Just
Yeah,
a-
true. There's
just
other
a
ways.
slide
There's other
tackle or
ways you can do it.
Yeah.
But she wanted to leave no footprint. She wanted to leave no scars.
Well,
so
look.
That's why.
What's
And you
happened?
were saying that female football is so bitchy and everything.
Yeah,
That's next level.
that's a different level. That's not even bitchy. That's psychotic. What is that?
Psychotic. It's actually psychotic.
What?
But what went through her head? She's
Look.
just like, oh,
To be fair, and probably to avoid any legal action of defamation or something, she's actually been cleared since then. But for now, they're still investigating
Okay.
it
she's
because
got some good lawyers.
her teammate still believes it was her because there was something that happened on the way to training. She took a very different way to training, and that's when it all happened. And she was so her teammate is still convinced it was her. Police has let her out of custody at the moment. So I just want to disclose that for now, so I don't get done.
But
for
I
it.
can also ask questions.
Yeah.
She's not
I
currently.
wonder if there's also context in terms of them kind of butting heads in the lead up to this and having arguments, or maybe she'd already tried the whole
That-
like hurting her at training and it
break a
didn't
leg
work.
kind of thing. Yeah, maybe that didn't even work.
It's pretty cooked, man. Like
Oh.
it's pretty unwell. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty unwell. Look, anyways, I think we can all agree that's way offside. Olan seems to think there's nothing wrong with it, but I wouldn't want to
think-
be on his team. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
think
Any
that's-
centre backs?
I think that's onside. You know what I'm saying? It's a doggy dog. Well, kill or be killed. Do what you got to do at the end of the day.
Wherever Olan's playing, don't sign for the same team
No.
if you're a centre half.
Don't
I'm
do
glad
it.
you left our club, bro. Otherwise, I'd be at trouble there. But
Yeah, we were on the same team at some
it
point.
reminded me of a story. Craig Bellamy up against John Arisa. Both these players played for Liverpool at the time, and apparently they had a bit of a party, and it was they went to karaoke, and Craig Bellamy was trying to get John Arisa to sing. And he was saying, John Arisa is going to sing the next song. And
Was
apparently...
it like initiation kind of thing? Or
Not even. It was just a
Oh.
party, and apparently Reese was really shy and didn't want to sing. So he was like, no, stop. I'm not going to do it until he like kind of stepped up to him, staunched him and said, don't ask me to do it again in a probably a better way.
Oh, yeah,
better way
yeah,
than
yeah,
that.
in a-
Don't
in a
ask me to do it again or
confrontational
I'm going to
manner.
knock you out.
That's
Yeah.
like when you said you'd get me up for that twerking competition, and I was like, "Don't you dare!"
Oh,
say
yeah, I
anything
remember
to
that.
me.
But I still... yeah, I was
No,
a bit
no,
scared.
no.
Jeez,
I was a bit
I wasn't there for that
I was a
one.
bit scared. I was a bit scared like Cat's Lebanese side was going to
Yeah,
come
no,
out. So
I
I was
was
like,
like,
all right,
don't
Cat,
you ever.
I'm not going to say anything on stage, I
Kick the
promise.
shit out of
Yeah,
you.
it just sounded really familiar. Carry on.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Well, what happened next? I don't know if you did this, but Craig Bellamy grabbed the golf club.
Yeah, I did this.
Yeah, and swung at John Arisa trying to break his legs. He ended up being
What?
fined £80,000. We all know Craig
Oh.
Bellamy was a crazy motherfucker.
Wow.
Was taken into police custody as well for other incidents to do with violence and all the rest. And it got me thinking, all these talks about footballers losing the plot, going to prison,
Yeah.
doing some crazy shit. I've created a prison 11. There's
Oh.
been a lot going on online. You see people like Benjamin Mendy, a lot of players now are they're
we're
not
going-
playing.
Oh, okay.
There's some stuff going on.
There's some
gonna say,
shit going on with footballers.
We could create a very ransom,
So,
terrible
yeah.
11 right
So
here.
I've got some players. I want you to tell me what they went to prison for. So the first one, Rene Higuita. Now he's famous, Colombian goalkeeper. I don't know
he's
if you ever seen.
Colombian.
Have you ever seen the scorpion? Like there's a ball coming in and he scorpions it
Yeah,
off his
yeah,
line,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Ah.
That's him. So he went to prison. He's Colombian and he did 7 months in jail. What did he go to prison for?
Plato, plomo, column, está en drugs, et tío bien. I have no idea what I just said there.
As a Spanish speaker, you said nothing.
It had to be drugs.
Yeah, cocaine.
Yeah,
Cocaína.
cocaína.
Good guess. He was actually involved in kidnapping.
Oh,
He was involved in
Yeah,
kidnapping.
that's just a little bit better.
And it was actually involved in the whole thing was Pablo Escobar.
No
He
way.
was, yeah.
Escobar was involved
I had a
in
Escobar
it.
was
feeling
involved.
That man has a
because-
hand in everything. He's
Yeah.
been dead like
Look
50
at-
years. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
but in that part of the world, there's a lot of crossover between football and
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
drugs.
Because
and
even in
and all
the Netflix series, there was one episode where like they crossed over to football and like
Yeah.
were shooting football players. and
100%.
things.
Yeah. And Pablo
It's
Escobar
mad.
would invite footballers down to. Apparently, Pablo Escobar had Diego Maradona in his prison.
Yeah.
He invited him down to play a
Oh,
game and
that's
the
sick.
rest. And the rest.
And
I'm
the
sure.
rest.
I'm sure they had a good time. In my back line, I've actually got Tony Adams holding it. I don't have many defenders, which is crazy. It shows attackers are just crazy motherfuckers because
Doesn't surprise
not many
me.
defenders have gone to prison. I've got Tony Adams here, the famous
Adams.
Arsenal legend, Tony Adams.
What,
He-
what did he go for?
He went 58 days he spent in jail. What for?
It's definitely got to be something violently related. Violence.
Yeah, I reckon like punching a guy at a club or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
punching a guy at a club.
Something like that. Yeah, definitely.
He was actually drink driving.
Oh.
He was drink driving. He crashed his car into a wall near his house. He was 27 times over the legal limit.
Wow, he couldn't even see left or right. What was he
Hence the
doing?
accident.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
I mean, I don't blame if you are involved in Arsenal
That's
Football Club. I don't blame you for
offside.
drinking. Let's be real. But
Cheeky
Self-soothing.
little shot there. Oh no, that's wow. That's what
Yeah.
27 times.
yeah,
He's lucky they didn't do him for longer than that. To
yeah.
be honest,
I know.
He got
Ridiculous.
off-
Right? He probably
he
got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very light.
maybe because he's a footballer. They
Yeah,
do get off
true.
scot free sometimes.
True.
I move into the midfield. I got plenty of ballers in here. Adam Johnson. I feel like a lot of us know what Adam Johnson was done for. Olan's got a cheeky grin on. Adam Johnson. What happened to him?
Oh, he got caught with a few ones that he shouldn't have. So yeah, he knows what he done. Adam
Kat, you know the
Johnson.
story of Adam Johnson?
I actually don't.
Nah,
You
it's probably-
don't?
It's probably better if
No.
you don't. It's probably better if you don't. He was jailed for 6 years.
Should have been probably longer, but yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
sexual
I
activity with a 15-year-old fan.
Got it. No, I got it.
Yeah.
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 That's bad.
Very bad.
This should be an easy one for you guys. Joey Barton spent 77 days in prison.
I feel like I heard of this one.
Joey Barton, QPR.
Yeah, violence. Yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
punched someone up.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a club
110%.
punch up or something.
Yeah, he's done it in a game. In that famous Aguero
Oh
game.
my
he
gosh,
kicked,
yes.
He kicked out at Aguero. He was just crazy.
I kind
Everyone
of liked him though.
Yeah, he brought something.
Yeah, he brought like a little entertainment value,
Yeah.
and he was still
Yeah.
like a little
Where-
bit of a baller, you know. So
Yeah.
I kind of liked him.
Wasn't a bad player, but yeah, a bit crazy. Bit closer to home here. Adrian Caceres played for multiple A-League clubs actually. Victory Mariners, Glory, Phoenix.
No
This
idea
is
who he
you're
is.
not yeah, you wouldn't know this one.
He's still in A-League.
Jailed for 18 months.
Wow,
What for?
that's on. Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Can we have a clue?
Wait, where's he from? Like, what's his background? You know?
He's South American. I'll find the exact.
possibly drug.
Did he bring?
Possibly drug, possibly kidnapping. And then I'm thinking.
Argentinian background, but that's got really nothing to do with what he was in prison for. Nah, it's pretty bad, guys. It's pretty bad.
I
He was
feel-
actually.
18
You're warm though. You're
I
warm.
feel like he, like maybe like almost killed someone. That's what I feel like. Almost like a manslaughter. Like
18
almost
months. You'd get more than that.
Yeah,
I
true.
reckon he was found with drugs or something in his luggage.
Pretty good. Pretty good, but the drug is insane. He was actually done for dealing crystal meth.
You're kidding me.
No shit. Yeah.
What is he
Yeah.
doing? Dealing crystal meth.
Pro
And
footballer.
playing in the A-League.
Unbelievable, right?
How low are those wages? That's all I could ask. You need a side job in the A-League. What does that say about the A-League?
Yeah, but work
No,
at a
it's-
gym or something, bro. That-
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh,
man.
man.
Damn, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when your backup is crystal meth.
yeah.
You could have done something.
Pretty
You
bad.
could
Pretty
have just
bad.
got extra hours at like the local shop or something. It's like, you know what? I'm going to do some meth. Bro.
Good.
18
Even
months.
Uber driving or something.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Crazy, right? I know. I
And
didn't even,
did he play anywhere after that, or like was his career done, or what?
I didn't even know that one,
Yeah.
but no, his last team was in 2015, so I think
Yeah, he's probably done after that.
he's done. Yeah, but he could
Yeah.
even be. He was sentenced in 2019, so I haven't heard anything
From
more from him.
Wow, I wonder
Yeah,
if he's out.
Probably
he's
done.
probably out by now, but yeah, I don't know. Another one for you, midfielder. This one's great. Neza Trabelsi, Tunisian footballer. Okay, played one season for Dusseldorf over in Germany.
Mm.
He played one game. Now he was an absolute weapon of a midfielder.
Mm.
Played one game, scored a bomb
Mm.
on debut, but then shortly after he was arrested by police. What for?
After he scored the bomb,
Yeah.
like after he scored the goal,
Yeah.
he's arrested.
Yeah. What for?
Oh, is he German?
Did he get in a fight?
Tunisian midfielder scored a bomb
In
and was a
Germany.
weapon midfielder.
Well, I think you're dropping hints with the bombs and weapons.
Oh, was he arrested for assault rifles? Why did I say it like that? Why did I say it like that? Like it's, I don't know why I said it like that. I've been playing too much COD. Assault rifles. M4? Which one was it? M16? One of those?
The first one, the STG-44, the first one. I've been smashing it with that on COD just quietly.
Done.
No guesses?
He had a bomb or a weapon on him.
Yeah.
Well,
Close.
yeah, I mean, he was actually arrested for having connections to Al-Qaeda.
Whoa.
Yeah. Gone.
Also, I love how you got the Arab to make that comment. It's safer if it comes from
Yeah,
me.
no, it's safer.
Having
You don't know.
connections. Wow, that's a hell of a sidekick to have,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's a hell of a sidekick.
Yeah, unfortunate though, because he started so well his career there. But next one, legend of the game, Ronaldinho. He was sentenced recently for 32 days down in Paraguay.
Yeah, I think I heard
What
about
for?
that one. I know that one.
What was that
Didn't
one?
he have like an illegal? He had like a wrong visa or
The
something.
thing that cracked me up about that is like, bro, you're Ronaldinho, bro. Why do you
I
need
know.
2
They
passports?
can look at you and
You're
know who
literally
you are.
Ronaldinho, bro. What are you doing?
Like as if you're trying to go undercover, like you're acting, you got a different name on there. Like, come on, bro.
No, bro. I see your games at Barcelona. I saw you. This is not you, Ronaldinho. Like, come on, bro. You can't.
I saw pictures of him at prison. Looked like he had a great time.
Oh, he had
though.
a good
Probably
time.
did have a ball.
He had a good time. I
They
saw him
would have
playing
welcomed
games.
him with open arms.
100%. It's Dino. Imagine he's in the cell
Yeah.
next year. Cracker. Anyways, he was done for that. I'm sure he's still living his best life, Ronaldinho.
Mm.
We had a few others. Look, you had your Jermaine Pennants, Ian Wright, Eric.
Did you stick Troy in there?
Deeney's not in there.
Oh, that's a shout. Yeah.
Deeney, that's right.
Deeney's a
Deeney
real
went for
one as
assault,
well.
right?
Yeah, Deeney went for assault. I think almost 3 months or something.
Yeah.
And he still signed the deal when he came out straight
Yeah.
away. So
He's a bad
Deeney was
motherfucker.
someone not to be fucked with.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Deeney.
We actually, we had him on my show on Bein Sports. We had
Did you?
Troy Deeney on
Yeah,
when he
I
moved
love
back
him.
to Birmingham.
One of the
Did you
real-
ask
he's like
him
one of the
about that?
realest
No,
guys.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. 'Cause he's a long way away, but he'll still fuck me up. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna risk that.
Yeah.
He's a bad man. Karen Bullitt, famous A-League. Do you know Karen Bullitt?
Nah, no idea.
Oh, bro, you're missing out.
Who is it?
You're missing out. He's an A-League. He's a famous A-League character. Yeah.
Okay.
Look up Karen Bullitt Offside. It's one of the funniest offside calls you ever see. Decent striker, to be fair.
I'll have a look.
Grew up playing for Sydney FC, played for the Wanderers when all that happened. Went to prison for 7 months quite recently. What was it for?
Oh, recently. What's his background? This is how I judge people all the time. What's his background? Then I can put 2 and 2 together. You know, so like it's Nigerian, it might be fraud. You know, we stay close to home. You know what I mean?
Take a punt. Karen Bullitt, tats all over him. Tats all over his face.
Go in a fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna say grievous bodily harm.
To be fair, on
I
the
know.
grand scheme of this team, it wasn't that bad. You know, assault, criminal activity, and intimidation.
Okay.
Intimidation.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
How you what?
Well, assault.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, that's probably not
I
the
think
best. But
emphasis on the assault.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Last one I want to finish on. Actually, there's two, but one I want to say Eric Cantona.
Oh.
Famous.
What did he go to prison for?
Did he actually go to prison for that kick?
He went to
Yeah.
prison for that kung fu kick on the
Did
fan.
he?
kicked
Hey,
the
if you're gonna go to
shit
prison,
out of that guy.
go to prison for a kick like that, man.
Yeah.
Because that is legendary.
That is, yeah.
That's
yeah.
iconic.
It was
No,
worth
that's,
it, wasn't
that's
it?
absolutely iconic.
That's iconic, man.
That's onside.
Yeah, that's on side.
Yeah, he only got 2 weeks too. You got that.
Oh yeah, I mean, Efra tried to do a similar one. You see
Yes,
that?
yeah,
that
that's
was-
right.
That was,
yeah.
Some of them are actually like, how could get their foot up that high to kick. Yeah.
When footballers meet
Yeah,
football
true.
fans.
Flexible.
This one's close to home for you, Kat. Ahmed Elrich. Right, he actually played recently. He's still playing for Parramatta, but I actually played against him recently. He was playing for Rydalme, your team.
Ah, yes.
He was playing for Rydalme, but he did come to fame when he was playing for Australia and he was playing for Fulham. But his career took a massive hit playing at the highest level of the game. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison and he was released in 2015 and returned to playing in the NPL. But what did he go away for?
4 years. So
4
did he
years.
get arrested overseas? Or
I
was
believe it was here.
Ah,
I believe it was here. But
4
don't quote me on
years,
that.
That's a long sentence, you know.
4 years is a lot. He did something real bad.
Ahmed Elrich.
I'm thinking, is it drug activity in narcotics? See how I'm well versed in
dropping
these.
some big-
You are,
I'm
you
well
are.
versed in these words
Big
here.
words
Yeah.
today.
You know what I'm saying? What does that say about my background? Anyway. But I'm thinking, if it's 4 years,
Yeah, it's decent, right?
it has to be drug related. I'm thinking it's drug
Claudes, tell
related.
us.
It's gonna annoy me.
The famous Ahmed Elrich, great player, Lebanese Australian, was actually sentenced 4 years for weapons. He was pulled a number of gun offences and possession of a drug, pulled over on his motorcycle. So I'll give you half a point there because you got a bit of that right. Look, that's our prison 11, full of superstars. Tell you what, despite what they've done, ballers.
Still
to be fair.
ballers.
They can play the
You can
game.
still get away with it.
They can play the game.
Apart
You
from
know.
Adam Johnson, you can't get away with
Nah,
it.
yeah, Adam Johnson maybe not
Yeah,
so
that
much.
one's out of order.
Get in the bin.
Adam Johnson maybe not so much, but you know
He
that's our
stays
prison.
offside.
That's our prison 11. We mentioned Elrich, we mentioned Karen Bullitt. A few A-League players got Caceres. A few A-League players got a mention, and why not? Because the A-League's back this weekend.
Big him up. It's Sydney Derby, no?
Don't be too excited, Olan.
Well,
Don't get-
Sydney Derby, Sydney Derby.
Don't be too
Yeah,
excited.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
big. The A-League's back this weekend.
It's a big one.
We kick it off with Sydney up against Western Sydney Wanderers. A lot of people keen to see. We're not sure if he's going to play early on, but Daniel Sturridge at Perth Glory. First one, a few key games to watch. Sydney Derby. You heading down to it?
Yeah, no, I can't. I've got an African Cup game.
Oh, you're playing in the African Cup.
Yeah, I'm playing in the African Cup. You know, when I almost got in that fight with that guy.
I saw that actually. I saw that randomly. I saw someone else post it like, guy gets in fight, and I look at him like, that's Olan. What the fuck are you doing? You got in a
just
fight?
Was it? Was someone a fan or something?
recording it?
actually
Yeah, one
filmed
of the
you doing
fans.
it?
Yeah, one of our followers was recording it, but I'm just being big verge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you get a card for it?
Nah.
No.
The other guy got a card.
Oh, really? Ref was on TikTok.
Yeah, you must have seen my TikToks. You must have.
But the A-League's around the corner. Big season. I don't think you can really tip who's going to win this one because it's so up and down. I mean,
Well, did you hear about Wanderers? Like for me, I don't follow the A-League massively, but what I do follow is I'll pick a team. So I picked Wanderers, whatever.
Yeah.
Because when I first came here,
you know a few of the boys as well.
Yeah, I know a few of the boys there. And they've signed. I think they're thinking about signing Jack Rodwell. He's been on
I
trial
heard
there
about that,
for a couple of weeks. I think they've actually signed him. What do you think about that signing?
I mean, I haven't seen him play for years, but the guy was at Man City at one stage. The guy played for Sunderland in the Prem.
better deliver.
He
Did you watch the Sunderland Till I Die of documentary?
yeah.
Great.
Ripping off a living.
Yeah.
There was a scene in it where they were like, listen, Jack, you can go play here or whatever. We need the money to whatever to free it up. And he's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Because it's still on the contract.
I don't know what happened
Yeah,
to Jack
wow.
Rodwell. Was it just an attitude thing, or was he just because he
Injuries as well.
Yeah.
Riddled with injuries all the time. Same. It's like almost like not the Jack Wilshere situation, because Jack Wilshere's he was obviously at that time in his career he was like unplayable. But it was kind of that similar thing where like he would get there and then injury, get there and then injury. So I'm just hoping that if he does sign Wanderers, if he sign or whatever, that it's.
It would be great to see.
You think he could change things for
I
Wanderers?
think he'd be a good asset, 100%.
Yeah.
Anyone that's played at that level, Premier League level, is
For
always
sure.
going to be a good asset. I'm just hoping that it's not riddled with injuries and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But Wanderers are
Totally.
looking good, man.
Wanderers looking decent. They've got a few good players. Tomer Hemed, I'm keen to watch him play. The Israeli international. He's a top player up top.
Centre back, is it centre back?
No, he's a forward.
Forward?
He
Oh,
played for
okay,
Brighton
okay.
Hove Albion in the Prem.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he's a
Look,
top
look,
player. Danny Sturridge, though. Everyone's talking about him, Kat. And it got us thinking about A-League marquees. If there was anyone else you could bring to the A-League right now, realistic, you can't say Messi, Ronaldo. Who would you bring to the A-League right now that clubs should be looking at? Maybe later in their career, affordable. Who would you bring?
That's a good question.
You got to inspire me. Who would be yours?
Who's later in their career? Like for me, I watch a lot of Italian Serie A. I'll be looking at a player
Yeah.
like Fabio Quagliarella.
Yeah.
Right, the guy is like in his late 30s and he's just banging in goals for Sampdoria in the Serie A, left, right, and centre. That's a player I'd bring here. Oh, look, you look at someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 40. Could you bring him? He went to the States.
Oh, yeah, you could bring Zlatan in.
Could you bring Zlatan?
Yeah, why not? Because he's one of those players where, like, wherever he goes, you know you're going to get, even if he's giving you 15 minutes, you're going to get that whole Zlatan
Box office.
era.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to come for that when he comes on. You know, he's going to sell shirts. He's going to bring that whole atmosphere to the game. He's just one of those players. So 100% that would be a great
Yeah. Well,
sign.
entertainment value when you
Intelligent.
sign a marquee player is really why you bring them in.
Yeah, exactly.
You look at Del Piero, and that's exactly what he did for Sydney FC. I'd love to see a Van Persie or someone like that come. Like he's a bit old, but love his
Old.
football.
Is he retired?
He's done. I don't think he's playing
Cat,
Cat.
that is offside. Welcome to offside. You're 1-0
I
down.
don't think he's coming.
That's offside.
I don't think he's coming.
I-
He'd probably do a job though.
I feel like
Actually, maybe as a manager.
I feel
Yeah,
like
could be.
I'm thinking in the Prem right now, who I'd like to see, and I'm just thinking, no one, because if we're talking towards the late end of their career, that's a bit different. You know what I mean?
Maybe like a David Silva.
David Silva
He's
would
still
be good.
kicking
He's still
around.
playing. Where's in
Sociedad, he's top of
yeah,
the league in Spain.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting
That'll
old.
be that's probably a good
Yeah,
shout.
these type of players, man, we got to
Yeah.
bring them down.
Do you think he would come?
And that's the thing. How do you sell it? If
How do you sell
You got to sell the
Australian
lifestyle,
football?
right? So this is actually
So
interesting.
how the fuck did they get him to sign at Perth?
Yeah,
Sturridge.
but it's a lifestyle, man. Have you been to Perth?
What is this?
Don't
What's the
diss Perth till you've
lifestyle
been
in
there, bro.
Perth?
No,
Don't
Perth
dis-
is actually very nice.
Don't lie.
Bro,
What's
it's
the
a-
Perth
no,
lifestyle
It's the same
like?
weather every day. It's like gorgeous, 30 degrees, sunny, clear as anything.
Really?
Beach close to the city, couple good
I
clubs.
don't know why I just feel like Bogans. I just think like every time. I
No,
think,
Perth's super nice.
Oh, really?
You need
Okay.
to go there before you make a judgment.
okay.
I
You gotta
think
get to
Sturridge
Perth.
made a good decision. I'm keen to see what he does for
I
this
just would
season.
rather him in just like Sydney or Melbourne.
Well, you'd think, for the lifestyle, he'd end up coming to Sydney or Melbourne, somewhere where he can party it up. They're playing, Perth's playing Adelaide in the first game, and Adelaide's assistant coach, Ross Aloisi, came out basically smashing the salary cap, saying no one really abides by it. And I wanted to ask you, I don't know how aware you are of the salary cap, but you come from an English football system where obviously it doesn't exist, right? We
Yeah.
have a $2.5 million cap. Clubs can only spend that amount for all their players put together. But then they can have marquees out of it.
Yeah,
So you could just bring someone and pay him 10 times all your other
Whatever.
players.
Yeah.
And they also have another little rule where they can pay a player between 3 and 600K just randomly if they want. So there's a lot of little rules around. It's supposed to make the game even. But mate, I don't know about you guys, but it's Sydney versus Melbourne City every year recently. Central Coast Mariners are nowhere to be seen. Jets nowhere to be seen. So does it even work? Is there a point in having this salary cap?
I don't think so. Let everyone do whatever they want. Spend how much ever you want. See who's the best player. Who can acquire the best players.
Because you've been in England where you go for a club that maybe is coming bottom of the Prem, but they still pack out stadiums, right? Because there's always
Yeah.
something to go watch them for.
Yeah, and I feel like in that where are you going to bring how are you going to bring all these fans to have that connection with the home team or the home or whoever they want to go watch? You got to inspire them to think, well, how many Perth supporters now are going to go turn up to those games that were sitting on their asses last week? You know what I mean? That makes a huge difference. If you can bring in, if every team could bring in like one player like a Sturridge, how much would that help the A-League? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even in terms of being more globally recognized as well. Got A-League in
I mean-
news all over the world.
Yeah.
when Sturridge signed.
I think I was just thinking about the comments on my TikTok or whatever, and when they're comparing people, so there was a comment that said like MLS over the A-League, and I was like, yeah, because MLS, every team you think of the MLS, they'll have one or two players that you think this is a good player. I'd watch it for that player.
Yeah.
I'd watch it, and not just one guy in the whole league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's the difference with the MLS. They can sell the lifestyle, number one. Then they can also bring in those big players.
There's so much more money though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot more
I
money.
think our problem here is we don't have the history where you find that connection to a team necessarily. So you do need that marquee player that makes a team interesting. But if you were to have a Sturridge in every team, I don't actually think it would change the game that much because aren't there rules around how much a marquee player can actually play? It's like 14
really?
games or something.
No,
like
I
that?
think now you can
Or
play a
is
full
it
season. There can
different?
be a full marquee. Yeah, they used to have the 4-game marquees and
yeah.
stuff like that. Now you can have a full marquee. But I think for me, when I look at the salary cap, I hope it goes, not because of the marquees, but because, think about it, you're running a club, right? You've got to have a roster of 20, 30 players, and you've got a salary cap. You're going to want some cracking players that you pay a lot of money, which leaves you with some young boys earning fuck all. You know,
Who don't give a fuck and they're just going to go
That's
out
the
there and
problem.
run their asses off.
Exactly. For, 50, 60K. You got to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to get another young boy. And I think that's what getting rid of. Everyone thinks about, the marquees, all the big players. No. I want to see the salary cap go so that clubs can still sign big players and also give young footballers what they deserve to actually be proper professional players.
That's big. I
right?
agree with that.
At this
That's the biggest one.
stage, is there an allowance for having like younger, say, academy or that kind of level player in a squad though? Do they need to have?
Money-wise?
Yeah.
Well, they used to have a youth pro contract,
Right.
which was a joke. It was
Yeah.
basically an excuse to pay them less. I think youth pro could go as
I
low
heard
as
about
30K.
that.
I think it was.
People were earning
That's below
fucking
minimum.
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
low money.
So that's the big thing here. I think if you take the shackles off, then your bigger clubs are going to probably pay a little bit more money. Yes, you might get Sydney, Melbourne in the final every year, but look at the Prem, look at the Serie A, look at every top league in the world. That's unfortunately the way it works. You either put the cash in or you fall behind. That's the way it goes. That's how
exactly.
football's going to grow. Nonetheless, guys, we've gone a little bit over time, but that's fine
No, it's all
because
right.
we're having a good time as we always do.
That's what we do.
And we need to get to some of the questions because, again, thank you guys. We get plenty of
Thank
them
you guys for
flowing
sending
in.
in the questions. We love it.
And I sift through all the people asking for Olan's number, all those
All them ones? Yeah.
all those 0. And I got to a couple. So we had Dom Santaguida,
Man like Dom.
man like Dom, on Instagram says, "Who's your all-time favorite international duo or trio?" Mine is Bonucci, Chiellini, Buffon.
Beautiful.
International duo.
Yeah, so
okay,
like,
not
you know,
just,
like-
okay. Kat, you want to go? with me?
Mine's Xavi Iniesta.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Duo.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Barcelona and La Roja.
I'm
Incredible.
gonna go Jermaine Defoe and Peter Crouch.
I love Crouch.
I loved watching them, man. That was such a good duo.
It
Like,
was.
Crouch was all tall, hold the ball
Yeah.
up. Jermaine Defoe running behind, get it to feet. I love that duo, man.
That's
Not
nice.
bad. Not bad,
I love
actually.
that
yours,
one.
Claude?
They didn't win much.
Yeah,
Not
I
bad.
know, but it was fun to watch.
But
and,
not bad.
and then Crouch would do like the robot.
Yeah,
Man, that was
yeah.
funny. I love that.
I'm going to stick with my motherland, and I'm going to go with Dom, but I'm going to go with Pirlo Gattuso. Because those two played, they won it for Milan, they won it for Italy, and when you look at them, it's like one is this absolute bulldog that just munches people,
Gattuso was just an animal.
and the other one's just pure
But
class.
that,
and
that
just
type of midfield is kind of gone now a little bit, no? The
Yeah.
Gattuso, because you can't tackle how he was tackling
yeah,
as
it's
well.
true, it's true.
You can't tackle how he was tackling. Oh, it's such a good
Yeah.
player. I love watching him.
It was
like
just
reckless. but
Yeah, a
amazing.
little bit
yin
reckless,
and
but
yang,
got the
those
ball,
two.
yeah.
Yin and yang, and they were so successful. This next one's from the Football Capital. Shout out to those guys, cracking
Shout out.
YouTube channel as well. They've sent in going, if Tuchel wins the Prem this season, is he better than Jurgen Klopp?
Ooh. As a Chelsea fan as well.
I mean, he would have done it all quicker than Klopp did it.
Yeah.
Yes, he's done it quicker, but technically, achievements are
That's a good question.
the same.
I'm screaming yes. I'm just gonna put it out there because a Champions League, a Premier League in 2 seasons.
Okay,
One
on
and a
paper though,
half.
it's the same awards. It's the same.
Yeah,
In
but
less
but in
time.
less time.
Okay. And I do have to agree in the sense the way Tuchel turned Chelsea around so
Yeah.
quickly. It took Klopp, 4 seasons
him years,
to do
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
4 seasons.
And you could even say Klopp had a slight dip last season after being so successful. He
did.
had a trophyless season, whereas Tuchel would have never had a trophyless season if he goes and does that.
Well, let's just see if he actually does it.
I think that would. I
Yeah?
think it would. I think it would. I'm
Yeah.
saying yes. What do you think, Kat?
I think if Chelsea win,
Yeah.
then well done, Tuchel.
Yeah, but
Wow.
is that
Is
means
he better-
I'm
he's
just
better
saying
than
well
Klopp.
done.
Oh,
Okay. Politician's answer there, yeah. We like that one, Football Capital. I'm going to say he is if he goes and does it.
love that one.
Yeah. Adam Kontogiannis on Instagram.
Adam. Thank
Loves the podcast, listens every week. Thanks,
you,
Adam.
Adam. Thank you.
Also
Adam.
says, best midfielder to grace the Premier League. One word answer only.
Don't do 2-word Jude
No,
Bellingham.
you can't even say their first name. You say their first name, we're cutting it right now. One word, best midfielder in the Prem.
Scholes.
To ever grace the Premier League, right? Is that what we're
Yeah.
saying?
He
Yeah.
said one word.
Scholes for Cat.
I wanted to keep it Chelsea, but my head is gone. Cazorla.
Yeah?
That's what my head's gone. I don't know why.
Fair, bro. He was cracker,
He
but
was unreal.
he had about 9 surgeries. Didn't play for
he
years,
was,
eh?
he was just one of those midfielders that you watch and you just
Santi
go.
Cazorla.
You just go, how is he doing that?
Over Lamps, over
I
Scholes,
know.
over
It's
Gerrard.
popped into my head. That's what
Santi.
I know. That's what's popped into my
Yeah?
head.
He
And I'm
panicked.
even
He
I
panicked.
panicked. Yeah.
Yeah, you've had a fair bit to drink
offside,
today, haven't
man.
you? I've been
That's
seeing you
so
smacking down
offside,
those
what am I
cups.
saying?
Yeah. Wow. Okay, there you go. Thanks for the question, Santi Cazorla. I'm going to go super Frank. Most
Yeah,
goals
see, I
from
need-
midfield.
You've done it for me. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go super frank on that one. So, guys, just to wrap it up, thanks, guys, all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow us, whatever you guys are watching on. Jump in, get involved, and we want more of those comments. What you guys want to hear, you drive the conversation. And before I let you all go, we like to do this. One word to describe the A-League that's kicking off this weekend, Kat.
Oh, the A-League.
Heart.
Heart. Full of heart. Melbourne heart. Full of heart. Olan?
I'm going to go exciting.
Exciting, mate.
It's gonna come up every week.
Yeah.
The copycat. And that, I was doing the Aussie accent on purpose before you say, you sound Aussie, bro.
Exciting.
I get that one a lot, yeah.
Yeah, we're buzzing for it. A-League's kicking off this weekend. It is. I'm going to go with underrated. Get down to a game. Go watch it live because the football has been getting better every year. Despite what they're all saying, it's an exciting new era for the A-League. We're buzzing. We'll be covering that and as everything else, as you can see, from Love Island to Cats Love Life and anything we can ever come up with here on the show. Tune in next week. We'll see you more for some more Born Offside.
See you next week, guys.
See you guys.